Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. Hey, what's going on, cousins? Oh, what is going on, family? Hope all is well with everybody. Tap in and let me know how my friends and family and cousins and all you beautiful people are doing. Y'all already know what it is. I'm going to go ahead and just get started over here real quick so I could just hit two birds with one stone, okay? All right, so I am live everywhere. What's going on, family and friends? Hope all is well with everybody. Let me know if you are doing good on this great day today that the Most High God has made. My name is Dr. Tawana World. Y'all already know what I come by here to do. I am known also as the Disruptor, okay? I'm also branded as the queen of streams, okay? I believe that having one stream of income is the equivalent of having none. And I also believe that if you spend your life working for money, you will always not have enough, okay? If you spend your life working for money, then you will always not have enough. That's for sure. Okay. So that's my little teachable moment for the minute that we are here. I'm not going to hold you guys here long whatsoever. I would kindly ask if you are a returning cousin or a new, a new cousin. I'm going to call you a cousin. Then would you kindly share this with somebody? Okay. Kindly share this with somebody. That is the only price of admission over here. I always come out here in these social media streets and check on my cousins, educate my cousins, offer opportunities to my cousins, be a positive light, okay, in all of this darkness to my cousins. So if I'm doing that for you, then I would love to do that for somebody else who would need that. And if it's not for you, then it could be for somebody that you know. So the cost of admission over here is just a free share, okay? That's it. It don't cost you nothing. It don't take much of your time to smash the like button, the share button, to please engage in the comment section, okay? Helps me beat the algorithm and evangelize. That's what I like to call it. With that being said, I named this. It's nasty out here, and we must build something on the side, okay? We must build something on the side. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time because we kind of are all privy and alert and aware to what is going on around us, okay? You don't even need me to tell you what's going on around us. A lot of the times I come by and share so you are updated, not that you don't know, because I know it's blazing everywhere. It's not hidden. It's not a secret. It's everywhere, okay? You cannot deny it. So with that being said, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time, but I am going to open us up with this. It's nasty out here. And every day my eyes are opening. I didn't understand at first, but I do ever more so now. I understand the game. I understand the system. I do. And I probably would not have understood or even been interested in unlearning this system and then getting in the system and dominating inside of this very system that was meant to be rigged in the first place. And so I know that I would have never even considered it a possibility. I probably would have continued on with, the regular smuggler function of my family, my bloodline, the chaos, the confusion, the dynamics, the dysfunction. I know 100% that if I was not affected by the system, I wouldn't be divested in this system. Hopefully, y'all understand exactly what I say when I say that. I'll share a quick story. The stories, parables help make the message stick. There was a woman, and she mentioned how, every year, at first it started off being every year, she would see these people in the street walking and marching, shouting, no more bloodshed in the community, no more black on black crime, because it was a minority community, no more black on black crime. And so she stated that her and her husband would see these people coming and close the blinds, because they were knocking on doors like, could we get you to be on our team? Could we get you to look out in the community? Could we get you to, host meetings and different things of that sort, so we can plan activities in the community to help the kids stay out of trouble and stay out of crime and different things of that sort. They didn't want to do no talking because it did not apply to them. So they would close the curtains when they seen these people. And then it went from every year to like every 6 months, because it was that many young people in that community passing away. And now it was more mothers marching out in the streets saying, hey, put your guns down. Let's clean up our community. And then one day, she got a call. And on the other end of the phone was the detectives calling to tell her that her only child, her only son, had been unalived. And she didn't know what to do. She was now forced into a new world, a world that didn't exist, a world she was not familiar with, a world she was no longer comfortable in, something new, how to live life after something like this has happened. And she's seeing them people coming down the street and open her door. She is the biggest advocate, one of the biggest advocates. And her story is, I did not know how important what they doing out here, how important it was. Because had I got out into the community and opened up my door and if I did not think that, hey, it doesn't apply, so let it fly, it possibly could have saved my child. Right? So now she's the biggest advocate. Why did I share that story? Because until you have experienced something, or until you have gone through something, until you have, been oppressed or suppressed by something, there will be no passion to change at all. There will be no passion to be divested. And one thing about it, when you are passionate about something, you cannot be stopped. When you was passionate about being married and not being a thought, not being a hand around, When you was passionate about being married, you prayed, you fasted, you stayed celibate, you weren't dating, you did all these extra measures to make sure that you was ready to be found by your husband. And not only did you do that, you did everything. Hey, let me hook up with other married women. Let me hang out with other married bros because I don't know what to do, but I need to learn. You became passionate because you didn't just want to get married. Now you needed to know how to stay married. When you planned that I'm going to graduate no matter what. I know I failed some classes, ditched in the 10th grade, but I am going to graduate with my class. You stayed up late nights. You turned in extra work. You did things you didn't want to do. You were now uncomfortable. Why? Because you were so passionate about getting that high school diploma. You were so passionate about graduating. You were so passionate about having a child, being the best mother, being the best father. You was passionate about those things. And that is why you accomplished those things. No luck, just pure passion. I'm focused. I'm dedicated. I'm determined to accomplish this. When you put your mind to something, you cannot be stopped. But just putting your mind to something is not good enough. It's the foundation. My mind is set on that. I'm going to buy me a car this year. I'm going to buy me a house this year. I'm going to take me a vacation this year. You were passionate about saving, passionate about looking into places you can travel to. You were passionate about that. No, I'm not going to get my nails done. No, you know what? I ain't even going to go have that drink, throw bottles, throw dollars, buy bottles. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to save. I'm going to be disciplined, passionate about having something that you really desired. And that's exactly why I show up every single day. I live, eat, sleep, and breathe justice. My justice may not come in the form of holding somebody accountable. And I've had to bite that. My justice will come in another form. Because of what happened to my children, that passion to not let it happen to another child, to another family. Most people don't know that I am here for your children. But the change started in you. The change started in me for my children. If I could talk to my old self, I would be surrounded around people that can teach me, that can train me, a coach that can mentor me, a community that can encourage me and uplift me, and I can get information and I can become educated. If I could talk to my old self, I would tell my old self, these were the things you needed. That's why you didn't know. And because you didn't know, it cost you something you can never get back. Imagine that. You can get money back. You can even redeem time. But you can't get nobody dead back. That's one price. That's one hell of a price to pay. That's one hell of a price to pay. One hell of a price to pay. Ignorance and lack of knowledge is one hell of a price to pay. You live with that consequence every day for the rest of your life. Every day for the rest of your life. But it taught me something. I don't react. I proact. Now it made me go research. No, let me go find out this. Because this can never happen again on my watch. Most people don't know I'm here for your children. I don't have to know your children. Yeah, I mean, the kids I see dying and in the streets and in the news and all over the place. And it starts with the head first. The reason why they out there like that, because the nuclear family structure is broken. We want the best out of our children, but have characteristics of a slave. Straight up. And there ain't nothing wrong with having a job. Utilize it. You're going to have a job. I remember when my husband, like, I'm finna go to work for the bus station. I'm like, okay, cool. But what's your plan? How long are you going to work there? Because I'm cool with you working. But I'm not cool with you working 35 years and missing that time from your family. Like, your kids need you just like they need me. They need both of us. And they need you more than they need that money, okay? God is our source and he will provide, but they need the value, the education, the love, the discipline, the identity from you. So how long are you going to work that job? 5 years. I was counting down on the clock. You know, we had 4 years and 6 months. He couldn't even save nothing. He couldn't save nothing to set aside to build. It wasn't enough. 5 years come rolling by. Now we got a little conflict. We got some heated fellowship. You 6 years in, man. What's up? Okay. I didn't get married to live single. The devil is a liar. That's not what I did. I want to travel the world. I want to raise our children together. I want to educate our children. I want to take them and give them, you know, their own identities and help them discover what their purpose is in life. I want to serve in the community. I want to get out here in these streets. I can't do that by myself. We won. So what's up? Oh, they said, you know, I can. No. I'm not waiting past this time. Okay, we're already past 5 years. I'm not waiting past that. That's for real. You're going to have to figure it out. Take that knowledge that you got from them work sites and put it into a business. And I was so adamant about that I went and created the business for him. I wasn't playing, here your paperwork. Okay? And I found this course for you to take. And while you at work, you can listen. Okay? Because you need to run it. I'm not running it. My business is this. But I'm your helpmeet, so I started it for you, okay? Because I'm serious. Got that course, changed his whole life. Everything he had did in the transportation industry, he now put it together. And he had the mentorship. He had the course, but the man would get on with him for any questions, weekly calls. Help him structure that bad boy. After he started it, he was still trying to go to work. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. He didn't got him a driver to drive. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. We started this, so you can be here with us. Make this make sense. I want you to think about what you're doing. You're bringing home $1,200 every 2 weeks. $2,400. Okay? Our mortgage is $1,700. That ain't to mention your credit cards. That ain't to mention your gas to get back and forth to slavery for another 2 weeks. Okay? That ain't to mention your food that you're going to need for lunch. That ain't to mention all of that. Okay? And what you're not going to do is shortchange us up in here. We need money to go out to the zoo and different things of that sort so that the kids could have a learning experience. They need clothes. Okay? They're going to want some toys. Now, how is your driver making $1,200 to $1,800 every week and you still going to this job making $1,200 every 2 weeks? And then you don't have no money for yourself. How long we doing this? You don't have no money for yourself. You went to work, you can't even pay you. Make that make sense. You supposed to get paid off top. You supposed to get paid off top. You went and did the work. Uncle Sam get his bread before you even get your check. Next is you. Next is you. If that ain't possible in your paycheck and in your life, you a slave. You get paid to pay bills. The devil is a liar. What about all the people you were supposed to connect with, all the places you were supposed to go see? What about the things you were supposed to start, the ideas, the inventions, the patents? What about all of that? That cry down in your deep inner spirit, that inner still small voice to say, you ought to start that women's ministry. Yeah, you ought to start that. What about that? You don't get to do that. And then you don't get to pay yourself for your own work, for your own performance. How do you go trade your time and there's no reward? Make that make sense. And what I have realized, I want y'all to hear me clearly, because I had to go and research. When I come here and I tell y'all systems, it's because I had to be touched by the system in order to understand how to defeat this system. I learned the art of war. That you don't go to war with an enemy that you don't know. Before they go to war, these military men, they watch film, how they move, what kind of night goggle vision they have, what type of military planes do they drive, are they trained in water, what type of training are they trained? Why? So they can counterattack the attack from the enemy. That's how you win a war. You don't just go out there. No, that's not how you win a war. You win a war strategically because you have to study the enemy. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Just raise your hand in the chat. Let me know that I'm talking to some human beings. This is the part where the engagement comes in at. Let me know I'm talking to some human beings and I'm not talking to no computer. Seriously. So this system had to touch me. It had to crush me. Every day I'm reminded of what this system did to me. And every day I'm finding ways to overcome and overthrow this system. Now, I might not overthrow the whole governmental system. But in my life, in my bloodline, in my communities, absolutely. That's my lick back. That's my justice. You might have touched my son, but I'm going to help 1,000 sons. You might have broke my daughters by touching my sons, but I'm going to impact 1,000 daughters. Okay? You might have got me, but you ain't going to get sis. And you ain't going to get broke. And a lot of people tell me, girl, you just be going through stuff all the time. I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. Don't misconstrue it. I don't ever come by here for no sympathy. Somebody put something stupid on one of my posts today, and I just want to say this as a PSA. We can be cool as Cool Whip. You understand me? But the moment you disrespect me, I am going to not only rebuke you. There ain't no turning no other cheeks over here. There ain't no letting you slide over here. I check demons at the door. If your demon ever pop up and get to talking through you, then I am anointed to execute that demon in you. And if you let it back in you, it's going to be 7 times worse than what it was when it was residing in you. Okay? I don't never ever come by and, oh, woe is me. I don't have that type of mentality. You can't roll with me if you have that type of mentality. That is an irritating, pesky, pessimistic spirit that I don't like. I'm a warrior. I'm a conqueror. I'm an overcomer. Okay. I'm a builder. I'm a leader. I'm a deliverer. Everything that has happened in my life was preparing me for what my mission and my assignment is. I know that hands down. I thank God for it. It hasn't been hard. Hell yeah. Would I want to go through it again? Hell no. But I'm grateful. Every time the devil touched me, that's another story. That's another 7 streams of income from one story. Keep touching me. I'm going to keep touching the world. I don't care. I'm like the mafia, devil. You hit me, I'm going to hit you back. I'm not going down. You may knock me down, but I'm not going to get knocked out. I'm going to get up over and over and over and over again, because greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world, period. I'm not going down. I'm not going down. I'm not going down. I refuse to go down. You try to grate me. That I didn't go down. Yeah, I didn't have my mother around like I needed her to. She was present, but absent. That didn't take me down. I'm still clothed in my right mind. The molestation couldn't take me down. The death of my children couldn't take me down. The abuse, the gunshots, the drive-bys, the gangbanging couldn't take me down. I'm still standing. I'm not going nowhere. I'm in it to win it. I'm a real soldier, so I don't look for sympathy. I'll hit them up. I'll contact. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'll contact Shanti real quick. Or if you just wait. If you want to wait, give me about an hour. Okay. I'm not going down. And I'm not going out. Okay. I'm going to learn how to conquer. Because what you conquer, you overcome. And what I have learned, I said all that to say this. What I have learned is that this system was rigged. It ain't no need for us crying and complaining. When you know better, you do better. I'm not mad at them at all. I think it's genius that you can create something to control the masses. I mean, I think that's real genius. And people let you do it. I think that's genius. People allow you to do what they allow you to do, and you can only do what people allow you to do. I think you one bona fide genius if you can get millions of people to be entrapped into your oppressive system and then never, have the ability of coming out of that system where you just know for forever, all my bills is paid, all my needs is met. I got millions of people willing to do the work for me while I sit at home and get paid and sit in my mountains and do all these weird things that the elite people do, okay? Because they feel so powerful. Make them feel like they God. Look how many people we can control. Yes. We get them to buy everything. They work for us. We get them to buy all of our products. We get them to give us their money. Okay? They think we're giving them money, but we really not giving them money. We get them to go work for us, build our empires, and then pay us back our money. This is brilliant. It's brilliant. I'm not mad at them, but I'm not your victim. Game's over. Game's over. You done entrapped a lot of my people. Game is over. Give me 1 second while I text my daughter, y'all, for my husband. In my place, he's been too good to hold my praise. So what I'm finding out with all of this stuff that is going on, with all of this mantling of these buildings, all of the layoffs, all of the everything that is going on, this was all a play to keep the rich richer and make the poor poorer. I'm like, it is blatant in our face. If you don't know what they know, you cannot have what they have. That's just the name of the game. They call it secrets for a reason. The reason why they call it secrets is because, okay, people are either too lazy to learn them or too poor to buy access to learn the secrets. And that's why they call it secrets, because they're not understood by everyone. And then the others are too poor to purchase the information to learn the secrets. Okay? Y'all tracking? Y'all tracking? I care enough about you to tell you, and I want y'all to hear me clearly on this. I could be doing all kinds of stuff. Just know that. I could be out here. I'm a minister. Have my whole doctorates. I can be out here pimping the masses, manipulating the masses. If I just wanted to get filthy lucre's sake, if I just wanted to, have a bunch of mammon, then I could be out here pimping the masses. We see it every day. I'm going to tell y'all right now, be honest to God true, because I'm real transparent. Don't think the enemy ain't ever tempted me, okay? Especially in them broke days. Get on there and just lie and tell them something. No, Satan, the Lord rebukes you. I fear God too much to play them type of games. But don't think that he has not tempted even the greatest. He tempted Christ. Ain't nobody exempt from temptation. Don't think he ain't told me, look, you know how to slang that yayo from the bayo. Hopefully y'all put that thing together, because out there in them streets, I was cold in a mug. Okay? I'm talking about a real hustler. If I showed y'all pictures, y'all be like, look, listen, Tawana, I know you're lying. It's so embarrassing. I'm embarrassed to show old photos. Seriously. But it was real. I had a whole schedule on how I did it, and I did it well. And because I did it so well, it brought a lot of jealousy to where I had to pack pistols and all this other dumb stuff. Okay? Had no peace with that at all. Cameras all around the house. You got to watch for the boys, and then you got to watch for the boys. But money was not an issue at all. I could have just went back and did that if I was just chasing mammon. And there's a lot of scammers in my family, okay? A lot of them. And I'm not talking about scammers out here scamming regular everyday people for money. I'm talking about white-collar crime scammers. They're hitting banks and all of that type of stuff. Even still to this day, they professional scammers and hustlers. And trust me, it took me a lot of years to get delivered from that. Because I was the queen of them payday loans, okay? Knowing there was no money in the bank and you wasn't getting paid back, I was the queen. Okay. And this ain't to incriminate myself because y'all didn't catch me when I did it. This is my testimony, and it's for educational purposes only on these social media streets. Because y'all do know this is the FBI, okay? But I didn't get caught on no crime. I'm just sharing for testimonial purposes. Going in, depositing checks, knowing there was. Listen, Linda, that was me years ago. Years ago. So I'm not in this for no money. There's so many different ways to get money. Money is never an issue. So I don't like broke folk hanging around me. And trust me, when I say broke folk, I'm not talking about broke in your bank account. I'm talking about broke in your mind, because your mind is what creates the money. Your mind is either going to tell you to go to work for it, or your mind is going to give you ideas and inventions to create it. Your mind is going to tell your arm to raise up, hit that hammer down, type that keyboard. Your mind is going to allow you to get it either way or the other. Okay? So money is not hard to get. It's not a problem. It's the mindset. And I care more about people than I do about money, because God cares more about people than the creation he created for the people he created. He cares more about us. Most don't understand why I always talk to my community. God loves us. He loves us with an unfailing, I don't even understand kind of love. He loves us. And he does not want us to suffer. We suffer because we choose to. We too busy. We too broken. We too traumatized. We too stuck. We too afraid. We too skeptical. We too doubting. We're too unbelieving. And God is like, come on. I want to help you. Trust me. It's a real enemy. The system that God wrote about in the Word of God, the beast system. We're in this system. Barcodes all on the back of our food. Chips all in our devices we swipe. Monitoring every act, everything that we do. Okay? Monitoring it. All this smart stuff. We in a beast system, and God is screaming, come out of it. My people, come out. I'm offering you an opportunity to get out. I'm showing you what to do to get out before it's too late. Ooh. I feel like I'm preaching today. But it's real. I feel that in my innermost being. People are delayed. And God is screaming. I mean, woo, woo, woo. The lights are flashing. I'm not going to keep playing with you and giving you time. You do what I say when I say do it. God loves us that much. God knows when I get frustrated. I'm like, look, I'm frustrated with these people. And yet and still again, you better know that it is God. If you knew me in real life, you know Dr. T is a straight up introvert. I love reading. I love worshiping. I love praying. I love being in my own place. Maybe weird to some, but it's perfect for me. It's a safety for me. That don't mean I can't work with people. I love to come out. I love to serve. I love to edify, to uplift. I love to pray for people. I love to stand in the gap with you. I love to war with you. But when it's time for me to go home, get out my face. Real talk. I'm like, God, how did you call a person who don't even like people to love people like this? It's unexplainable. People call my phone, I'll be like, oh my God. Before I even pick it up, I don't even want to be bothered with a phone. Because that stops me. It takes me out of my element. Y'all hear what's playing in the background? This is all I love to do. I love this. I love this atmosphere. It's positive. People call me, they want to tell me their problems. I'm a problem solver. It's only so many minutes that I'm going to listen to your problem before I get irritated, before I start seeing and discerning, okay, this person loves their situation and they're looking for sympathy. Because I'm not interested in hearing the problem. I am interested in hearing the solution. And then I can put my wisdom with your wisdom and give you clarity so you can go execute that. But people, hey, you know what? I just been through all of this stuff in my life. And you know what, Dr. Tawana, I just really appreciate you. And yeah, my family over here, they tripping on me. And that's fine. I'll listen to that. Everybody has a story. But if you didn't took up 20, 25 of my minutes with that, you need to write a book and then sell me the book so I can read it, because I love to read. You need to put it on a podcast, because when I'm cleaning, I love listening to educational documentaries, storytelling. I love that. But my time, I can't get back if all you want to do is mumble. What you going to do about the problem? Well, my family was this. Okay, good. You grown now, right? Right or wrong? You grown? Yeah, I'm grown. Okay. Well, what you doing to undo what your family did? What you doing? Other than in my ear gate complaining. Spirits is real and they transferable. So that's why I don't tolerate that. I don't want your depressed spirit on me when I hang up. I don't want your suicidal spirit on me when I hang up. I don't want your broke mindset on me. That's why I don't want that type of energy in my environment. And it's real. I tell you a real life story. I had a person come around me, kin to me, blood related. Every time they come around, energy just off. I'm like, Dave, what you worried about today? You're going to have high blood pressure. The person ain't even got to say nothing. I'm like, you all right? Yeah, I'm good. I'm like, I got to go in there and turn on some Shekinah glory or something, some warfare music to drive that spirit out. Because now you think you're going to come and drop this thing off in my house. What? I don't want that in here, over here. I set my environment. You're not going to pull me into your storm. I'm going to pull you into my peace. And if I discern that you operating with an anxious spirit in my presence, then I'm going to get to calling it out. Hey, you know what? Worry is a sin. You should take no thought about, look, do what you can do. And then all of a sudden that demon want to get up and go because it wasn't looking for help. It wasn't looking for freedom. It was looking for sympathy. I don't play that type of stuff. That's why when you get around me, you got to be ready to go. You got to be ready to go. I know who really wants something, who don't. People just be doing stuff just to be doing stuff. Especially people that read the Bible with no intention of ever walking that thing out. Hypocrites. You know all that word, but you ain't applied none of it to your life. You can preach a tree down, but you ain't walking none of that out. Wealth and riches shall be in my house, but you can't. Where your wealth and riches at in your house? Let me see them. Peekaboo. I am the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. When praises go up, blessings go down. Let me see yours, tangible. You've been doing that for a long time, pastor, deaconess. Well, you know what? Blessings ain't always tangible. You're right. Let me see your fruits of the spirits. Them is blessings. Let me see your children. Those are blessings. Okay? Let me see your impact in the community. Those are blessings. Let me see your fruit. Or are you that fig tree that looked like you was fruitful and was really bald head and got cursed? And how do you know you got fruit? Because people come back and tell you. I talked to you on the phone, really uplifted my spirit, really empowered me, really, inspired me to change. Okay, I'm bearing good fruit. You can eat off my tree and get full and feel good, because that's what good fruit do. It nourish and add nutrients, gives you strength, make you feel good. Okay, satisfied. You come around with your old rotten fruit around me. Now I'm all in a bad mood. The devil is a liar. I'm looking for builders. You understand me? I'm looking for the next millionaires that God can use your resources. Why? Because he need us more than he ever have need us. Why do you think God created us? Because he need us. His spirit is illegal in this earth. He need us. He need us to take over the airways. All this racism and hatred and political garbage. He need us in the airways. Okay? He need us in that place. He need us in education. He need us in real estate. How we out here letting these devils dominate? The devil is a liar. How? He gave us instructions on what wise men and what wise women is. We build for our homes. Okay? And then we have an abundance to have enough boiling over for those that are our neighbors. God don't ever give us wealth and money and riches and all of this stuff for ourselves. He give it to us so that we can enjoy the benefits of it, but it is for us to accomplish our purpose. And what is our purpose? Helping our neighbors, loving our neighbors, solving problems. You here to solve a problem. What problem have you solved today? Put it in the chat if you ain't intimidated about saying it or offended. What problem have you solved today? Every single day you got a day to solve a problem. What problem did you solve today? Because we are problem solvers. We are salt and light. Problem solvers. And now more than ever, you can actually solve a problem. Give me 1 second. Honey. Marcus. Hold on, because I got to yell all the way on the other side. Give me 1 second, y'all. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. I didn't solve anyone else's problem, but I solved my own. I finally making progress with prompting ChatGPT and the content. Big congratulations. Shout out to you. Big shout out to you. That's a great accomplishment. Okay. I'm just going to turn it up a little bit. Okay. I'm just going to turn it up a little bit. And this ain't a rebuke. It's just wisdom. When the Most High says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all of his righteousness. If you served yourself today, somebody else needs to be served. Because you would do unto your neighbor as you would do unto yourself. Okay? That's seeking the kingdom of God. That's seeking the kingdom of God. That's a principle that will, and we don't do this stuff for rewards, but hot diggity dog, if I'm employed, I'm a part of a kingdom, kingdomship, I want the benefits every day. There's a scripture to say, every day you will load me with my daily benefits. I want them every day. Okay. And as long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, what you asked me to do, then I can ask for my benefits. Oh, I didn't go to church and Bible study, and I gave. Oh, I did go. I did go to church and Bible study, and I gave some extra funds to my cousin to put in the church pot. There you go. You solved the problem. That's what I'm talking about. Good evening, Sister Tyann. That's what I'm talking about. I solved the problem. Every day we should seek to solve problems. And I'm going to tell you something right now. If you solve a problem, God will allow you to prosper for solving problems. Simple as that. Name one broke mechanic. Name one broke mechanic. You won't find a broke mechanic, because they solve people problems every day. Hey, my car broke down. Okay, get it towed to the shop. Name one broke doctor. They solve problems every day, right? They solve problems every day. Hey, I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay, tell me the symptoms. I'll go put it in the computer, in the CP9 or CP10, and then I'll get a list of symptoms and round it off to the closest one. Write your prescription if that works. If not, then I'll tell you to return back to the doctors if your symptoms get worse, because I really don't know what it is, but I'm going to give you this because this is what the computer tells me it could be. And if it works, wonderful. If it doesn't, come back and see me and we'll give you something else. Okay? Practicing medicine, but they solving problems. Tell me one broke farmer. They solving problems. They putting food and vegetables and fruits, okay, and corn and peanuts and cotton and lavender and all kind of other stuff on grocery shelves so consumers can purchase. They solve a problem. Okay? You solve a problem, you'll never be poor. You solve a problem, you'll never be poor. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? If you're going to have a job, but have a plan B too. Have something built on the side. In 2023, let me get my stuff up here real quick, okay? I got some opportunities for y'all. But I'm not going to never come by here, and I told y'all that, and I have vowed to that, and I haven't. When I speak to y'all, it's to get your mindset changed. And for you to start believing that first of all, I deserve it. Second of all, I do need to do something. And third of all, this is going to help me in the long run. My job will take care of my temporary, my present. But what I build will take care of my future. Hello, somebody. My job takes care of the temporary, my present, my rent, my lights, my food, my gas. But what I build, my investment, takes care of my future. Because I want to get off this job. Okay? Saving a student from their sickness through God of laying hands when they had a seizure. Good. That is a problem you solved. They're at the right time, at the right place to help a young man save his life. My mother's boyfriend passed away from seizures. So that is Layoff announcement reaches highest level since 2020. Y'all go type that in Google so you can find that. Layoff announcements reach highest level since 2020. If you build something now, if you still working, okay, if you are still working right now, cool. But if you build something right now and that happens to be you, you didn't already secured your future. Oh, listen. Y'all need to see this. Okay? Let me turn this around so you can see it over here. Layoff announcements reach highest level since 2020. It has been a rough beginning of 2025 for lots of workers across all industries. U.S. employers announced as many as 172,017 job cuts in February alone. In February alone, it was only like maybe 70-something thousand layoffs in a year in 2023. 70,000 layoffs for the whole year. And in 1 month in February, 2 months ago, it was 172,000 job cuts in the month of February. We're not even talking about March or April. That's a 245% increase from January 2025 announced job cuts. In 1 month, 245% increase in 1 month, 30 days. The highest total for February since 2009. And the highest monthly total since July of 2020. Layoffs. They say 33% were not prepared for the layoffs. 33% say it took them by surprise and they don't have a plan B. When I show up, I'm showing you how to leverage other people's money. How to leverage. What is leverage? Leverage allows you to lift weight by utilizing something else or somebody else to lift an excessive amount of weight that you couldn't lift by yourself. That's what leverage is. What did you get? Mm-hmm. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. So it's not a matter of one day I'll do it. If you be proactive, you do not have to be reactive. I have seen. I'm tired of seeing them now. I'm tired of seeing the videos of women and men crying and frustrated and cussing and fussing. I don't know what I'm going to do, man. You had all day, for real, for real. You had a lot of time. Trust me. Somebody that came across your feed while you were scrolling on social media. Somebody came and said, hey, here's the play. Run this play. Hey, build this. Hey, get involved with this. There is somebody that you heard and you kept on scrolling by. You kept on passing over opportunities repeatedly. And now you're in a position. The worst position you can be in is an emergency. And then you don't have what you need in an emergency. It is the worst. Did you? Yeah. Okay. It's the worst. I'll share another story with y'all real quick before I tell y'all the opportunities that I have. And this is the reason why I do what I do. In 2018, after my baby passed away, we were living in Alabama. And that's where he passed away. I had to have him shipped back to California. Therefore, I needed to be closer to my other children in California, all of that stuff, right? I prepared. I went back to Alabama after we buried him for like 2 or 3 months to prepare and save up and make the transition, find a place, all of that stuff. We loaded the truck. We left. We had our deposit paid for our place. All we needed to do was go pick up our keys. We were going to drop the truck off on the side of the road, head on down the highway to go see my daughters, and then rest for that weekend, chill with the family, and then go back and unload them. We had everything mapped out. Everything mapped out. We got there 3 days later, and when we pulled up to pick up the keys, the manager said, "Hey, I got an emergency. Could you please call me?" We sitting outside waiting to meet her. "I got an emergency. Could you please call me?" So I'm thinking maybe she has something to do with her children or something like that. Pick up the phone call and say, "Hey, look, Tawana, when you were on your way here," and she's a sweetheart, okay? And she's one of those people that are like extra in real life. Like she goes above and beyond. "Hey, I wanted to make sure the water faucets and stuff were spotless." I rented from her before. When I was living in California prior, I rented from her. We had a very good relationship. So when I came back, I'm like, "Can I come back?" "Yes, of course." Built a good rapport with her, had a very good relationship with her, talked to her outside of a landlord-tenant situation, in some private matters, counsel her in that. Just was a friend more than a tenant, okay? So I know who she is, how she get down. She want to make sure everything is above and beyond. And then after hearing your baby died, not the little boy that I used to come and play with all the time. So she wanted to make it as seamless as possible. She goes in there and she has a spirit of perfectionism, but she also has a spirit of cheapism. Spendthrift. Let me do it myself. So she's looking on YouTube. They telling her to put like some stuff that takes off hard water spots. I don't care about hard water spots. As long as the faucet works. You already know that. But again, she's above and beyond. So she watches this YouTube video. They tell her to put this chemical on the sink. Okay? And she's supposed to shut the water off from the main valve outside, not the water in from under the sink. You turn a little knob on the sink and shut off the water. She shuts off all the water under the sink like this. She puts the chemical on the kitchen sink, the bathroom sinks, both of them. And then they tell her to put a plastic bag over it, tie it up, so that when she comes back, take it off, she just wipe it clean. She didn't turn the water off outside. So all that water backed up into the walls. It couldn't come through the pipes because she shut off the pipes from under the sink. But the water from the main valve going into the house all filled up the walls. Walls is busted. Ceiling, it's a 2-story. Ceiling is busted. Sheetrock isn't fell in. It's just a catastrophe. So I'm like, "Oh my God, okay." She was like, "Yeah, I got to get somebody out here. You guys might just want to go to a hotel." I'm like, "It's no worries. I'm just going to go down to my daughters and my mom and stuff is at for the weekend anyway. We're just going to drop the truck off." People came out there and said, "Oh, we have a bigger problem. The place tested positive for asbestos." Now, I'm not moving nowhere where no asbestos is at. I'm already got post-traumatic stress disorder, just lost a kid, You talk about mold and water and stuff that can kill my other kid. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. And then they start telling, yeah, it's a mold, and then it's this, and then it's that. Do you know that we became homeless? She said, let me give you your deposit. I feel really bad, you guys, because we got all this furniture on this truck. We didn't extended the truck longer than what we're supposed to have it. So now we're paying out of pocket for the truck. Now we're paying for hotels. And before you know it, we were homeless. Not on purpose. Not because we didn't pay our rent. Not because we left and traveled blindly and didn't have a place to stay. We were homeless for 30 days. And guess what? I didn't know we were going to be homeless. God knew. And I know he knew when he told me to work on my credit, which I did not. And now I'm back in California where they talking about your credit score got to at least be a 650. I am panicking. Got so desperate, moved in a hood, okay? People fighting all in the walkway. People coming up in my doorway, fighting the next door neighbor. People got guns. You got homeless bums out there trying to keep themselves warm, burning down clothes and power lines and stuff, starting fires. It was the hood. It was absolutely terrifying. I didn't even understand it. But then I tell you that pain will teach you what disobedience won't let you learn. I would rather be proactive and work on my stuff before I ever need it, because nothing is secure. Your life can change in the blink of an eye. That's why I'm so devastated about my son's passing. I woke up, regular day. I took him to school. He got out of school. He texted me. I can go to his text message right now. He texted me and told me, I'm out of school. Are we going to Walmart still? Yes, I'm on my way. And 8 minutes later, he was dead. Your life can change in an instant. With my first baby, we had insurance on our children, accidental insurance. We were not educated to have life insurance. Okay. Once they got out of the Gerber stage, 18, and to go get their own insurance, it's like, okay, well, they're responsible for their own insurance and the upkeep of their insurance. But through my husband's job, we had accidental insurance because we never expected to lose any of our children. We thought they was going to give us that because we didn't know how he died. He just dropped dead. We knew he wasn't on no drugs. But after they did the autopsy, and they said like an accident is a car accident, like an accident is like a freak accident. Those are the type of accidents that we insure. Not him playing basketball. We had no money to bury him. None. We was on that bad boy. I'll never forget. It was the worst of my whole entire life. To be trying to figure out, is this real? First of all, I felt like I was in a twilight zone. I was here, but I wasn't here. Like everything was just weird. And now I got to struggle and beg folk on the internet to help me with a GoFundMe. And then I got the funeral home pressuring me. Well, there ain't going to be no funeral if we don't get this last $1,200. It was the worst thing anybody could ever go through. And cremation was not an option because that good old book say, from the dirt you came, back into the dirt shall you go. Our children are not supposed to be passed through no fire. That's another topic for another day. But because people are impoverished and that's all they can afford, then they have to do what they can afford. Nevertheless, it is written. Okay? It was the worst. I'd rather be proactive than reactive. You got life insurance, making sure you're leaving legacy and wealth for your children. Something happened to me. One thing you ain't going to have to worry about is how you going to bury me. That ain't your responsibility. That's my responsibility. Another thing you ain't going to worry about is after you bury me, here's money for you to keep the bills managed and maintained. You ain't going to have to worry about being the homeless. You don't have to worry about having your life disrupted, dealing with death and disruption. Now you got to move out of the apartment. Now you don't have no income to pay the rent that I was responsible for paying. Okay? That's why it's important. And what is coming, y'all? What is coming? Just because you ain't seen it happen yet don't mean that it ain't happening. It's happening, but it is happening in bits and pieces. It's happening in bits and pieces. It's the slow roll for me. Okay? Like the python. Python warms up to you. It's your body temperature. And it don't do a whole lot of work. It just suffocates you, just squeeze you slowly. It's the slow squeeze. It's the wrapping around, then the slow squeeze. And that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. We'll dismantle this program. We'll take away this. We'll fire all of these workers. 95,000 IRS workers. We'll fire 95,000. We'll cut, these people who help the people dispute negative items and stuff off their credit report, give loans to underprivileged communities. We'll cut all of that off. Okay. Well, we'll reduce the meals, the free meal. This is so catastrophic. It ain't even funny. This is so catastrophic. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. And right now is the greatest time for you to take advantage of these opportunities that you have readily available for you to leverage at a time like this. At a time like this where there is uncertainty, where you don't know what's happening, I would rather leverage what I can while I can than to not have access to it when I need it. When you're working on your credit, you're not repairing your credit for today. You're repairing your credit for later on. Okay? It's for what I'm going to need. And I have this as a plan B when I need it. Okay? I have to get up and go to the ladies' room. I promise y'all, when I come back, I'm going to let y'all listen to something because life is short. You only got a certain amount of time to do what you're supposed to do for the people you're supposed to do it for. And I say supposed to, okay, on purpose. Supposed to for the, grammar police. For the people you're supposed to do it for. So I'm going to share this. And then I'm going to offer y'all some opportunities, okay? You got to be ready. I don't mind taking people with me. This is my get back. When I said that I want to show you how to make $1 million, that was not cap. At all. That was not cap at all. We get 12 people to become millionaires. We got 12 million to work with. We can do some stuff with 12 million. That's facts. Okay? I'm smart enough to know that you can't do it by yourself, especially how delayed we have been. And I'm also wise enough to know that God always have a collective effort. It's always a remnant. Okay. It's an individual that calls to the remnant and the remnant comes together. It's never a one man work. The only man that did something solo and as far as in going to the cross, but even his ministry, he had to have disciples to impart what to do when I'm gone. I'm gonna play this real quick and then I'll be right back. I don't know why my husband turned on the air, but listen, we're not doing that. I'm already with a sweater on and I'm just freezing. So let me go use the ladies' room and turn this cold air off of me. I'm gonna let
Life
you over here.
is so short.
Be right back.
Life only has only a little time. Although it will continue to go on, you cannot hold on and think that every day is promised to you. We have all experienced great losses in our life. We have all felt that pain of losing a loved one, someone that we cared about. But yet we're still here. And now we must go on. But what is the example that we're going to leave? What kind of leadership and what kind of leadership qualities do we have? How do we go on? How do we lead the next generation? Hate is not going to make it work. Being afraid to be truthful to who you are will only limit who you truly are inside. Don't let anyone take that away from you. Don't let anyone take away who you are and how true you are and what you matter in this world to so many other people. Don't be afraid to be honest. Don't be afraid to be truthful. Don't be afraid to be different. Even being different can be difficult to a lot of people. But I guarantee you this, there's nobody in the world that can do you. When the time comes, what would you leave behind? What legacy will be left behind to remind others of your greatness, of your losses, of your victories, of your sorrows? This is a short life that we all have. And it's not easy. It's not easy living it every day. It's not easy to go through so many different circumstances, so many different challenges. It's not easy getting that pink slip, knowing that this may be your last day on your job. It's not easy knowing that you may lose your home because you got laid off your job. This type of pain and these different circumstances, many people are always going to come back and say, well, that's life. We cannot blame life. It is not life that makes these challenges what they are today. It is the purpose, and purpose never lies. It will always tell you the truth. But while you exist in this world right now, I need you to hold on. I need you to hold on strong and don't give up. I need you to believe in every possibility that you have and understand that it is not over for you. I need you to understand life is always going to be good. But always keep in mind, sooner or later, we all got to punch that clock.
I'm going to leave it right there. All right? Amen. Life is but a vapor, and it's moving fast. And what we did in this life, we will give an account for. When the Most High put us here and left us in charge of his possessions, the parable of the talents, I gave to each man. I didn't leave none out, but I gave to each man what they could assume the responsibility for, according to what they could handle. Okay? And the one who did not give me a return on what I gave them was casted out of my presence, out of my kingdom, called lazy and wicked. You're supposed to be a good ruler over resources, ideas, inventions, taking the kingdoms of this world back and making them the kingdoms of our Lord. For those who are believers, whether you want or not, you're going to give an account about that anyway. Whether you believe or not, you have free will to believe and you have free will to not believe, but you're going to give an account. Not for how many accolades and how many titles and degrees that you have, simply for what were you called to do? Did you do that? And with that being said, I got some opportunities for y'all that I'm going to get out of y'all hairs, okay? I also been thinking about Brenda Brown a lot, okay? I want everybody to know, whenever God puts you in my spirit, this is more than just a live stream. Y'all leave a mark in my spirit. If I spend time with you, I'm going to uplift you. I'm going to be concerned about you, okay? So if y'all can lift up our beloved sister Brenda Brown, whatever the Most High puts on your spirit, let's keep her lifted up and ask God to bless her. Pray a hedge of protection around her and, keep her and her family all the days of their life. Okay. That's being our brothers and sisters keeper. That's loving our neighbors as we love ourselves, honestly. Okay. Just wanted to put that out there because she's been in my spirit heavily. I got a lot of other things going on, but I'm never too busy for God and his work. And so I lift up my sister. If y'all connected to her, reach out to her. Say hello. Okay. Make sure she is well. Let her know that you love her. You're thinking about her. Okay. So with that being said, this is the very first thing. I know that there are several of you guys who have come over and already got programs and different things of that sort, products, services, things of that sort, okay? And the reason why I do these little things and take these little things from certain programs is to help jumpstart you. If you're not ready for mentorship, here's something you can do instantaneously that ain't gonna take you, your time to build. You ain't got to figure it out. It's already done for you. But honestly, when you're ready to grow and you're ready to scale, mentorship is the best way to go. You have never seen not one actor, celebrity, wealthy person, typhoon, legend, billionaire. They all have coaches. Because you got to get coached to the next level. If you only had $2,000, $3,000 a month and you desire to go to 10,000, you need somebody to show you how to get there. That is the bridge that's standing between where you are now and where you're trying to go, is a mentor. How do I cross this bridge? How do I get over it safely without incident, without failure? Okay, without stepping on landmines. And some of y'all done bought so many products and services, you need to know how to sell them. Now that I've bought these things, and like I said, I take them out so you can actually do something with them. If you are skilled to go and implement, by all means necessary, buy the products. But please don't think that you're going to get to $100,000, $50,000, $1 million off of a $97 investment. If you master the craft, if you get the product or the service and you master it, you will get there. But it will take you time to get there. However, if you get in community, people can take you there faster. You the puzzle, they got the pieces to the puzzle that fit. Oh, well, yeah, I know this person. They in that field. I'm going to connect you with the two because I know this person. And yes, I know that they do something in your niche, in your field. They have a stage for you. They have an audience for you. They can collaborate with you and get you to your next level. And then you're going to meet somebody there that's going to get you to your next level, and so forth, so on. That is how you grow. That is how you scale. That's how you scale. It's what you know and who you know to go to hand in hand. One without the other is not a complete recipe. You have a half-baked cake. There's a lot of people that know stuff that's on Skid Row, that's homeless right now. They know stuff. They got degrees, PhDs, but they don't have the right connection to help them get in the door to change their life. Okay? So both go hand in hand. I'm connected to, I have a key to somebody's padlocked door. I'm connected to a lot of people. How did I get where I got to? Connections. It wasn't just information. I got in the right rooms. They gave me the right plays. I never forget my $100,000 day. It was from a play that I was in a room that they gave, and we all ran the play, and we all did a big deal. It came so fast, I wasn't even ready for it. When it came, I was sick of it. And I found myself telling God I wasn't ready for what he just gave me, the overflow, because I didn't have a clue. I just ran the play. My phone was ringing nonstop. My emails, it was the worst experience of my life. I didn't have nobody to show me, so now I'm in it. And now I got to figure out, how do I get these people to help me with this? I had to start paying random people. Can you help me do this? Can you help me do that? I didn't have no assistants. I didn't have no systems in place. And it came so fast. It was just, I despised it. I loathed it. I was like, yeah. So I know people they want to have a plan B. They don't know where to start. They want to have somebody that can actually coach them. What do I do? Give them plays. Help them be able to grow. Have a community where they can talk amongst each other and come up with ideas and be in their creative space. And it's other people that's on the same path as them. So you're not going to hear, I don't think you can do that. Yeah, that's probably too much. That's too hard. No, you have the momentum because everybody you in this community with. is on the same mission as you. Okay, I am reopening my daily dose community where every day for a whole entire year, I will get in there with you guys for an hour and show you sales, products you can sell already done for you, posts you can create to sell them, how to brand yourself, how to use social media, how to use AI. If you do not learn AI, you will be left behind. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it at this point in time. If you don't learn AI, you will be left behind. You will suffer straight up. Okay. So I put together a community where I can come in Monday through Friday, 1 hour a day. I am willing to relinquish 1 hour a day of my time and then bring others into the community, begin to introduce you all to each other, introduce you to something new that you're not comfortable doing, but giving you that space and that place, safe place for you to actually blossom until you become comfortable enough to dominate. Straight up. You can collaborate. Also put together local meetups. Hey, how many in Georgia? I am 5. Let's plan a local meetup where you guys can come together and network. Hey, who's in Texas? I am. Let's plan a local network. Let's talk about community initiatives. Okay? Here's some websites you can actually go to and you can do A, B, C, or D. Here's a play that you guys can run, to get hard inquiries off your credit or whatever the case may be. Here's some funding information. Let's structure you the right way. So you get this type of, I'm not going to even call it mentorship because it's not coaching. You get this type of coaching for a whole year. I don't want you just buying products. I want you selling them. I want you to be successful. I want you making an impact. I want you building your own community. I'm going to show you how to build your own communities. I'm going to show you how to fill your own communities. I'm going to show you how to give things for free. Okay, that AI create to get people on your email list, to create your own ecosystem. That way, if you don't want to deal with people on camera, if you don't want to deal with people in person, you can sell in the email. Okay, I'm going to show you all of this, how to start staffing companies, how to start your own virtual assistant businesses, how to get into trucking and transportation, information about government contracts when they're readily available. Give you information that's going to give you transformation. Once you add implementation to the information, then you can have transformation. Okay, for a whole year of my time, 1 hour Monday through Friday, for you to grow. I want to spend my time there, not on Facebook Live, not on YouTube Live. I have other goals for that, okay? But I want to be able to gather with builders. This eliminates the watchers that's trying to watch what God's children are doing so that they can counterattack, pray against it. That's when you come publicly online, everybody that is watching you is not a follower. Some of them are following and watching to see how to strategically. I'll never forget when the Most High told me, your warfare is coming off your social media pages. You don't know who's watching you. You say hello to, it's only a certain amount of people that say hello. You don't know who's watching you. And that's dangerous because you don't cast your pearls among swine, lest they turn and trample them underfoot, beat you down, tear your own stuff down, sit and pray behind the scenes secretly so that you don't succeed. Just like God got men and women on patrol, so does the enemy. And what God has given to us is not for everybody. So I have this mentorship. I'm going to allow a few of you guys to get in, okay, for a whole year for $250. $247 to be exact. For a whole year of coaching, sales, strategy, digital products, learning new techniques. I came on here and demonstrated how you can make a side hustle, a 6-figure side hustle, just using AI and some prompts just the other day. Prompt engineering, okay? How to market without being salesy. Hey, what play you can run. I'm in some big time mentorships that I paid thousands of dollars to be in. Okay? Thousands of dollars. If you do not want to get in for $250 for the whole year, I don't know one person in a right mind, okay, that's going to work any job, that's going to trade any of their time for no $250 for the whole year. But if you want to get your toe wet and you just say, hey, look, I don't have $250 right now. I don't want to pay $250 right now. You need access to trade lines to boost your credit score. I will give you access, not the plug, but access to have, trade lines. You want to, get half off of an amusement parks, different things of that sort. I got a lot of stuff. Right now, you can get rich on the tariffs and stuff that's going on with China and the tariffs and all of that stuff just by being connected to the right vendors. You get information like that, okay? How to create things. Here's, things that you guys could use today. I want y'all to run this play today. See who come back with some receipts. If you don't want to do the $250 for the whole year, and that is a 80% discount of what I am going to charge for opening this back up, okay? Daily dose. People paid $1,000 to get into the community, okay? $250 for the whole year, or you can pay $79 a month, and it's a pay as you go. You pay, you get the information. You don't pay, you stop getting the information until you get caught up on your payment. Trust me, 79 times 12 months is more than $250 for a whole year. It just makes sense. I need to make my money make sense, and so do you. So there is an offer for anybody who wants to learn in a private community with myself every day, showing up, okay, to give you implementation, strategy, information, help you scale in your mind, your spirit, and your money, okay, as well as your body. Then it is $250 for the whole year. Anybody want access to that? Speak now, forever hold your peace. Trust and believe. I am going to charge $997 for the daily dose for a whole year, okay? I'm just allowing a few of you guys to be grandfathered in for $250. Secure your spot for $250 for the whole 12 months, okay? Moving on to the next. I ain't gonna mention nothing about, the other little opportunities. I will mention this one. This is $97. Okay. $97. No, it's not. Yeah, it is $97. Is it 97? It's 97 tonight because I said it. I believe it's 197 for the 4-day intensive where I will show you how to literally create you $10,000, or shall I say generate? It's creating because you create money, but generate $10,000 every single month off of big business practices. Solely using AI. You do not have to show your face. You do not have to use your voice, okay? It's just all about creating, okay? I'm going to show you how to set up everything over the course of these 4 days. Your website to sell, what you've created. I'm going to give you things already created that all you literally got to do is change the color and put your name on it. Okay? Show you how to do this. Show you how to actually sell without selling. Show you marketing, how to market it. Okay? It's a great demand for it. It's a great demand for a lot of different things right now. Okay? Every month, big business is profiting. You could have profited off of this day called Easter and 420 today. You could have did you $10,000 today or leading up to today for today. Okay? You still got Mother's Day coming up. You can have you 10K by Mother's Day, by Father's Day, by 4th of July. But you got to take action now. If you say, well, I don't have $97, $197 now, guess how much it's going to cost you? To whatever you paying out of pocket. Gas will cost you that for 2 weeks. Okay? You done lost $197. You still stuck at the same place, still trying to earn money, make money, work for money. Okay? It costs you more spending in them, 2 weeks or whatever the case may be, than it would have cost you to come and learn a skill set and a strategy to set it and forget it. So because I opened up my mouth and said $97, you guys can have access to that 4-day intensive. I'm going to show you how to do $10,000 on repeat every month like clockwork for $97. Put a 2 in the chat if you want that. A 1 in the chat if you want to spend 12 months with me every single day for an hour except the weekends, okay, and holidays. Learning how to make money, learning how to scale, learning how to protect your money, okay? And land banking, I mean, I'm getting ready to go over so many things that will blow your mind, okay? How your land can be used for billboard businesses, all kinds of things, all kinds of things. You're going to pay me to put you on, because what I'm going to put you on to is going to pay you and your generations for a very long time in my mentorships. But I know y'all not showing up here every day to listen to a woman just talk to y'all. I know that. I know that every day, even when I was here last night, I'm always in constant communication with the Most High. And there are several of y'all that are just plain outright rebellious. And God can't do nothing with that. He offers you, he loves you enough to offer you a way out every single time you say, no, thank you. I'm waiting on the man with the boat. I'm waiting on the woman with the jet ski. I know for sure God ain't gonna never have me wasting my time for no reason. I know that for sure. Straight up. Everything that he tells me to offer is led by him. I could just come here and say, look, pay me $5,000 to get into my master class, my 16-week training, my boot camp. Pay me $25,000 to get into my mastermind. I could say that. And I got people and can attract the people without having to go live, running ads. Simple. To attract the people that will pay me. When I come here and show up, it's from a place of love. That God will leave the 99 for the one. And those that have been first will be last. And those who have been last, he's trying to put you first. Who am I here for on tonight? I'm serious. Who am I here for on tonight? Straight up, I want to know that before I continue with what I got. Who am I called to here for on tonight to change your life, to change your financial forecast? It's enough of sitting around waiting and watching other people do things that you're supposed to be doing. Straight up. It's costing you money to wait. Literally. It's costing you money to wait. Some of y'all could have been had the big bag. I told y'all months ago, there's funding available for you. Why are you still trying to get scraps when you have a perfect opportunity right now? I showed y'all. This is what you missed out. That's why I said it costs you more. Okay? Let me come back over here real quick. This could have been you. Should be you. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It always surrounds me. Your goodness in the power of your presence. Me, I see me. Okay. Now, this is what you missed out on and missing out on. Okay? Because you won't take the steps. I told y'all they give a big bag if you go get you a business. LLCEIN. Okay? There's a lot of money available for you. I promise you, you wouldn't have to stress yourself out and worry and work yourself like a Jamaican. If you just come on over here and let me get you together. I promise that. I promise that. That's not it. I can show you $78,000 on one play. It's costing you more to stay where you at than a small investment to learn how to make more, how to make your money work for you instead of you working for your money. It's costing you. Okay? So since nobody didn't want those two options, y'all already know your girl ain't gonna beg. And I'm to the point that I don't mind building with people who want to build. I had this thing for the last 5 years that I want to build with, because it's how can two walk together unless they agree? But that ain't never stopped a business from scaling. They have people in there who practice this and practice that and practice this and practice that, but I'm kingdom. I love to build with kingdom-minded believers, of people that are on that path. It's just better on that side. But I don't have a problem with building with anybody. If I showed y'all some of the groups, I'd be like, is this real? It's absolutely 1,000% real. I'm in groups with other women. They're on TV. I got my own. When you see that little 1 minute JD3 TV, I'm on I have a whole television network. We're getting ready to have a powerful 100 women entrepreneur conference, like literally. Sitting with Elena Cardone and a bunch of other most influential women of 2025. These type of mentorships, and I take the information and try to come back and give it to y'all for the low, but I don't have to. There's no obligation for me to do that. I don't owe anybody any affordability either. I just have a preference and a heart's desire to go for the ones that people really ain't tripping off of. They wouldn't even look your way. You can never get in their rooms unless you have a connection or you pay the right price. And the right price is 50,000, 10,000. Okay, you're welcome, baby. Shut the door. I'm coming, okay? All right, honey. I keep trying to get y'all to a place where I want your results to show up. I believe in you. I know you can do it because I did it. I'm still doing it. I know you deserve it. I know what it feels like. Freedom feels good. It really feels, it's the best in the world to be free, to be liberated. Now I'm moving on. Trade lines. Okay? Trade lines changing the game. I didn't show y'all money from digital products. It just behooves me. How could you sit and watch somebody show you in live action? And I'm going to show you again. Okay? With all of the stuff that I had to deal with, I had to deal with the passing of one of my sons on April the 9th, passing of another one of my sons on April the 18th. So me actually going all in, but the month is we still got time in the month, okay? But more than what I asked you to invest in yourself, I'm showing you that on the screen. And clearly you can see it say April 2025, okay? It's just in April. April 2025. That's on a slow, like, I'm dealing with family matters and different things of that sort. Dealing with my children, being there for my children during this trying time. And then one of our son's birthday is getting ready to come up on May the 1st. So that's another. It's just it's bad, okay? We need each other in that moment. March. That was just last month. 2025. Okay? 2025. As you can see, March. Okay? If somebody could show you how to do this, why wouldn't you come along for the ride? What do you got to lose? That's March. Okay? That's February. I'm literally showing you almost $50,000 in 4 months. We're not even in the 5th month. Okay? Just showed you 16. Just showed you 15. That's 31. Just showed you 5. That's 36. Okay? That's February 2025. That's January 2025. $47,000 on a $497 investment. On a $497 investment. Okay? People need credit boost. They need I'm gonna tell you how to game in this simple format. People are using this to get what you just saw on the screen. People are leveraging trade lines to boost their scores to go get what they need without delay of waiting for a credit bureau to do this and do that and delete this and delete that. They found a way in the system to dominate in the system. Y'all want to bind us by credit. Now we found a play to actually help us get what we need in record-breaking time. $4.97. If you want to get access to the trade lines so that you can buy them and then sell them without using any of your money, put a 3 in the chat. I haven't even mentioned the trade lines, but I felt led to mention the trade lines now. I love having the ability that if I need to use a trade line, like my daughters, okay, I just added a $35,000 trade line to my daughter's credit so I can boost her score. She can go get what she needs. Simple as that. Okay, a trade line is where somebody has a high credit card limit, okay? And they add you as an authorized user. So now all of their history, the amount of the credit card that they have, $40,000, $45,000. There's no late payments on it. The utilization is below 10%, if not 0%. They buy something on it, pay it off. Go buy a McDonald's meal, pay it off. Just to show positive payment history, okay? They've been having the credit card for 10 years. Now you have 10 years of positive history, and you have a $40,000 limit, and you have the credit score that's behind that limit added to your credit profile. Instantly increases your score, and now you can go get funding. Because when somebody see, oh, they didn't lend you $40,000, we can lend you $15,000, $20,000, and then you can go do this at several places. Before you know it, you have $100,000. Okay. Trade lines, 497. Put a 3 in the chat if you want access to the trade line plug, and they do more than trade lines. I'm just sticking to the trade line. Okay. If people needed to get an apartment on demand, they do something called what's the word they use? It's not replacements. They do something called pre-mades. Okay, pre-mades. It's a lot of stuff. Okay, it's a lot of stuff that is offered. But trade lines is what I'm talking about. Trade lines is helping people get approved for homes, buy new homes, be able to move into a new place, a new location, buy a new vehicle, start a Turo business, start an Airbnb, all of these type of things, start a business, all of that stuff, okay? I have that for $4.97. You want that, put a 3 in the chat for that one. Trade line plug. I just literally showed y'all $47,000 off in live. That was live. That was me logging on live, okay? That was me logging on to my dashboard live, okay? That was me logging on to my dashboard live. As you can see, those numbers move, okay? This is live, showing you that it's refreshed. Me logging on to it's live, okay? And switching the tabs so you can see. Okay, switching the tabs. This is live. Okay, switching the tabs so you can see in live. Okay, this is what trade lines, having a side hustle, allows you to be able to do. Moving on along, and I'm almost out of here. Okay, I have an opportunity. If you need $30,000 to $50,000 in funding, I will get, and you do not need no LLC, and you do not need no EIN for this. Okay? I can get you business funding without even having a business. You need a business plan for whatever kind of business you're going to start. And I'm telling y'all now to start a business. The bag is bigger if you have a business. Stop putting stuff in your personal name. Use the business funding that you're going to get to pay off your personal debt. Now you clear and in the free. Do you pick up what I'm putting down? Just let me know in the chat, okay? This is how you play the game. I just want to know if y'all understand what I'm saying. Real quick before I proceed. That's how you play the game. Go start you an LLC. Yeah, I am. And you don't even need this for this, what I'm talking about right here. But you start a business because a business they will fund. It lessens the burden of the government. It makes the government realize that you're trying to help them and not consume and hurt them. Okay? So the bag is bigger. If you go in on a personal note, they say, yeah, you qualify for 50,000. But if you go in on a business note, yeah, we can give you up to 150,000. It's different. Take that 150,000. Now you can go invest in 2 or 3 businesses. So way to play the game. Gave me 150,000. That means that my monthly payment is going to be $500 a month. I'm going to do 500. Okay. I'm going to do 500. I'm going to do 500 times 12 months. That will be $6,000. I'm going to actually pay my payments for 3 years from the 150,000 you just gave me. They give me 3 years to figure this out with my business, to get it flourishing, to scale it, to get passive income coming back in. So if it's 6,000 for 12 months, it will be 18,000 for 36 months, which is 3 years. Okay. So they just gave me 150,000. I'm going to minus the 18,000. I'm going to take their money to pay them back. Ain't that smart? Y'all give me a high five. Ain't that smart? Give me a high five. See, this is why you need a coach and a mentor. They show you how to do it and do it fast and simplistic. So I just took out 18,000 of the 150,000 and now I have 132,000 left. Okay. So I can take about 32,000 to actually buy me a business without ever having to build it. That's already generating revenue. It's already generating revenue. I bought it because they want to exit. They selling it for 20,000. I shoot them 22,000 because I got 132,000 to mess around with. I shoot them 22,000. This thing already bringing me passive income in. It already built for me everything like that. Okay, so now I'm down to 110,000. I'm gonna buy me a property. I'm gonna buy me a duplex, a triplex. Go get it back south somewhere. 50, 60,000 paid for in cash. Now I'm in passive income with that. I got 4 units, if not 3, paying me consistently passive income. Okay. So now I'm down to like 60,000 left. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? I'm going to go ahead and take 30,000 of that and just start paying off old debts, credit cards, repossessions. Okay. I'm going to just pay it off, settle it. Matter of fact, I'm going to fix my own credit off of borrowed money that I ain't got to pay taxes on because I didn't earn it. I borrowed it. So you can't tax me on borrowed income. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Y'all not talking to me. I'm giving y'all game that cost me thousands of dollars to learn how to play this game called the money game, the tax game, and the credit game. I just gave y'all all 3 games in one. I'm going to leverage the business credit to pay off my personal credit to go buy me something to give me passive income. And then I'm going to use their money to pay them back for the first 3 years so that for 3 years I get to enjoy the fruit of my labor and build more, buy more, scale more. So I will get you funded, get you fund ready, okay? Because the fund people that I'm gonna send you to is in your city and your state. It's not contingent off of anything but you having a business plan, okay? ID, you don't have an LLC, EIN. You need a business plan, a 3 to 5 year business plan. I need $30,000 to $50,000, and this is what I need it for. Turn it over to them. They hand you money. Turn it over to them. They hand you money. No strings attached. We gave you $3,000. That'll be $300 a month. Take out 2 to 3 years at $300 a month. Okay. Gave me 30,000. Let's do some math. $300 a month times 12, it's going to be $3,600. Times 3, it's going to be $10,800. You gave me 30,000. I'm still 19,200 up. Now I'm going to go leverage and buy me an event space, or I'm going to start something, a storage business. I'm going to start something that's going to give me passive income. I'm going to go buy me some land for cheap. I can buy me a house back in certain states for under $1,000. Okay, I can go buy me some property. Listen, you understand? I'm going to do something, give me some money coming back. But while I'm getting money to come back, I already done paid them for 3 years in advance using their money. And now I got this other money. So I can either go purchase me something and go rent me a couple of places. Go rent me 3 places. And just rent them out to Airbnb. Give me passive income coming back in every month from 3 places that I don't own or rent. So many different things you can do. Okay? I will get you fund ready, get all your paperwork together for you to go turn it in, and you will be funded in 30 days or less for $497. And I will only do that for 2 people. Okay? $497, I will get you fund ready. Find a lender that you're going to go to in your city, your state, get your business plan together, and then send you in there with all your paperwork, all your documents, so you can be funded $30,000 to $50,000 in 30 days or less. Anybody want that? Put a 4 in the chat. And I only got 2 spaces for that. Okay, moving on to the next. This is a bigger investment. It's $2,000. I'm going to explain to you exactly what it is. This is where you have an opportunity to invest in our funding enterprise. We are funding people in our community. I told y'all this year I'm not really doing a whole bunch of workshops and stuff like that. So if y'all want to get in, you need to get in, okay? Because I'm not doing that. I'm just only solely focusing on getting people to the bag fast, because we don't have a lot of time to build what we need to be built. We don't have a lot of time to build the ark. It costs materials to build the ark, okay? It costs materials. We have to pay for materials to build an ark. So we need to build in haste while God has given us time to do so. So I allow you to invest into the funding enterprise, which means we get you funded. The funding that I just mentioned, we're going to go get you $30,000 to $50,000. We're going to give you the blueprint of how to play with it. We're going to give you some opportunities that you can utilize to get into passive income, where now you're making passive income without having to worry about paying them back for 3 years. We're also helping you get your credit score if it's 720, because that is where we need you to be, at a 720. And the reason why we need you to be at a 720 is because at $220,000 that I just showed you, that's what I'm going to get you. Okay? And a matter of, it could take anywhere, just depending on where your credit is. I'm just putting this out there. 2 months to 4 months to get that big bag. But while you waiting and while your credit is being restored, you got the $30,000 to $50,000 bag. show you how to start group homes, show you how to go get you some real estate, show you how to buy some land, flip that, show you how you can actually, have this kind of business over here, show you how you can get in transportation. So many different things you can do with the money that you're going to get. But you have something more than what you invested. For one, you have more than what you invested. You invest $2,000. We get you funded for $30,000 to $50,000. You got that to work with while we working on, sweeping your credit, boosting your credit, all of the good stuff that you need to be structured the right way to go ahead and get the big bag. Which when I get you the big bag, guaranteed, because if I don't get you no bag, I don't get paid. I get 10% on the back end. And this ain't just no one-time funding. When you invest the $2,000, you have access to the funding whenever you need it. If you have clients that need to be funded and you say, hey, I got this person over here that want to get funded, and we get them funded, now you get a percentage of that. So you are invested into the funding company for as long as the funding company remains. So there's multiple ways for you to get your money back. It just makes sense because I'm all about making your money make sense. If you're going to pay $2,000 in digital products and all of that, invest your $2,000 to give you back a greater return. And then later on, you even have the ability to get an even greater return. $30,000 to $50,000 for the first lending. And then we're going to get you together where we need to have you be any late payments, hard inquiries, that type of stuff that the bank is going to say no to when we go to get you funded for the big bag. We work on removing that, taking that away, fixing this, modifying this, adding this, get your utilization down, and then we get your big bag for you. And that's going to be a big, great day, okay? So that's number 5 if you are interested, okay? And that, and there's only 2 spots available there. If you are interested in any of the opportunities that I put here, mentioned here on this live, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, and there's something for everybody. Something for $97, okay? Something for $497. I didn't mention the mentorships because we're done. Okay. If y'all want to get into them, you have to pay, and there's payment plans for that. Okay. I'll mention that at another time. But here is what I have available for you. If I was sent for you on this live, then now is your time. And here is your opportunity to build with somebody who's going to build with you. Okay? You want to build with somebody who's going to build with you. Again, I am sacrificing time to put you on or to put you in and get you there with speed. It don't take you 5 years to learn what I've had to learn in 5 years. And this can be done in moments, not months, not minutes. This is what we're doing because this is what we need. Okay? This is what we're doing because this is what we need. If you want to get the land banking, I don't know which one you want to get with the land. Do you want to get the land banking list and the workshop? That's $97. If you want to get the land banking mentorship, where we show you how to buy notes. We use other people's money. What you think we want to go get this money for? I'm going to tell you a plan that I'm going to get off of here, okay? They give me $220,000. I'm going to go to 1 or 2 banks, and I'm going to look at their foreclosure list. I'm going to buy the note of that foreclosed property. How much they owe you on it? Well, they haven't paid rent in 6 months. Rent is $3,000, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Right now they're at $15,000. Let me buy that note from you for $15,000. I bought a note for $15,000. They gave me $220,000. I still got $205,000 left to play with. I buy that one note. I save a person from losing their home. I'm not becoming the landlord. I'm becoming the bank by possessing the note. So, say for instance, their mortgage was $3,000 and they was not able to pay it for 4 or 5 months. Then I'm going to erase all of that. We'll give them a fresh start. Let them stay in their home. And then I'm either going to lower the mortgage to $2,000 because I'm not trying to be the manager. I'm the bank. I'm not taking over whether your toilet seat broke off. That's not my problem. You're not paying me rent. You're paying mortgage. I've given you a fresh start. So now I'm able to impact people and make an income. So now I got $2,000 a month coming in, right? Because they couldn't do the 3,000, they can do the 2,000. And if they don't do the 3,000 or the 2,000, then I could rent it if I wanted to rent it, or I can just put it in foreclosure, like the bank was gonna do, and go ahead and get a percentage of it, get my money back. I only bought it for $15,000. So if I put it into foreclosure and I get $150,000, I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. If I got $50,000, I'm still all the way up. I only paid $15,000 for the note. So this is the type of stuff you learn in the mentorship. That is $997 to get into the mentorship. All right, y'all. I love y'all. I told y'all last night too. Let me go thank the Holy Spirit before I go. I shared a video yesterday, and I'm gonna say this in 5 minutes or less, and then I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm not going to, as long as I can remember, I'm not going to end a live without asking. I serve way too many people, and I give way too much good stuff to come to my cousins. Okay, if I was doing this for myself, the devil wouldn't be tripping off of me, because I'm not unlocking generations. But when you take on the role of a leader and you start leading other people, then it's a different level of warfare. Because now you're coming for people that I've been having in my system for a long time, and you're trying to come for my people. So now it's going to be some conflict. And that's where the warfare comes in from, okay? I have exposed another just traumatic revelation about the system. I saw with my own eyes a funeral that had taken place, funeral that come and gone, and they did not. First of all, when you have a funeral, okay, everything that you need to do before the funeral, embalming, you have to do an autopsy, you have to embalm to keep their body preserved for the funeral, the actual burial, and all of that stuff, right? When you go out to the graveyard, that commences the funeral. Right there, they lower the casket down into the ground. They do not put the dirt on it, but they lower the casket into the ground. The family goes on about their business, and, family member is buried, quote unquote. I did some investigation about this particular cemetery, and it's coming out all over now that they're the mortuary business is just another game. Taking bodies out of caskets to resell them. Okay, some bodies not even being buried, so that they can triple stack, double stack, get as many burials as they can on their property, which costs a lot of money for the spot. The spot by itself, 5,000, just depends on what location, but it's a pretty penny. Okay, it costs a lot. I want to know if my son's bodies is in the dirt. So I am having them exhumed. because of what my own eyes saw. I went and saw nobody, no casket inside of a burial site that had been out there for days. Okay. There ain't no lowering the casket and then bringing it back up. And then we're going to take the body and then go refrigerate it. And then, we're going to do some other stuff and some other work to the grave area. And then we'll just go put the body back out there. That you wouldn't even have enough room to do that if they did that for every funeral. You wouldn't have enough room to do that. So we clearly know that is something that is not being done. And it's already traumatic to lose my children, and the system have their hand in me losing my children. But to find out that y'all got to hustle where you're not even putting the bodies in the ground is another level of wickedness. So I am going to put myself through something that is devastating to me. The funeral was bad, and seeing him in that condition. Now you talk about digging up to see if bones are there. But my spirit man won't let me rest. And whenever God gives you an assignment like this, it's for a reason. It's for a purpose. You could never in a million years pay me to go exhume anything, especially something that's been buried. I don't want to see anything like that. But if it was something that I can see and let go, and God didn't allow me to see it for a reason to expose it, then I would do that too. But this is not that. So I'm asking everybody. The sales are specifically for that because I'm not a baker. There's too many ways to make money, okay? And when you have assets that you can actually barter in situations where if you need a rapid, payout, or you need to move, or you have an emergency, then you have assets that you can leverage. So that's why I'm doing the sale. Okay? But since all of y'all millionaires over here and y'all good and y'all don't need no more money, I'm going to ask you guys, would you guys mind donating to the cause of having these boys exhumed? Not just because I want my children exhumed. I would never do such a thing. And I would never ask anybody to help me do such a thing. This is bigger than me. It's bigger than a lot of us, but there's things that have to be exposed. And whatever God wants to do in and through me, I'm just a willing vessel. If it has to start with me going to go see if my boys are actually under that dirt. Okay? So I would kindly ask $1, $5, $10, whatever you can donate. Is there anybody on here that would like to donate to the cause of exposing what is going on in the cemetery mortuary industry, and if they are really burying bodies down there or not? I want to know. And I'm going to take those who actually are a part of this journey with me, because I'm going to need a community, a tribe. It's absolutely terrible to have to do something like this. But like I said, God allowed me to see it for a reason, and not only to see it, but to record it and to film it for my records, only for that man to go viral and show all them dead bodies in that mortuary that was supposed to be cremated months ago. That was exposed, and then for a actual grave digger to come out and say, yeah, y'all do know that they don't put them bodies in there. And for me to see that was for sure, okay, divinely orchestrated for a bigger purpose than what I could imagine. So I'm begging tonight. Can I get a donation? Can I get a donation from my cousins over here on Instagram? How many of y'all can I get a donation from to help with the cause? I'm not too proud to beg. If I'm fighting for your children, can you support me to fight for mine that are no longer here, just to find out the truth? Straight up. I'm begging. My hand is out. Can I get an offering? Can I get a donation? Yes, no, maybe so. Y'all quiet in the chat. Please don't hurt my feelings and say, oh, we just gonna be silent. We ain't even gonna contribute. We ain't even gonna help. That'll be a slap in the face. Because then I really know, wait a minute, how I'm fighting for them and they can't fight with me. I'm not asking you to fight for me. I'm asking you to fight with me. Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, I can. Thank you, Sonia. Okay. I want to do this ASAP. And the reason why I need to do this fast and not slow is because I already put it out there. The exposure is already out there. Okay. I don't want them doing no slick stuff. I don't want them doing no slick stuff. I don't want them doing no slick stuff. I need to do it fast. I need to know fast. I need to see fast. And we need to have it done fast. So thank you. May the Lord reward you 100-fold. Yes, I can on this coming Friday, whatever I have. Thank you, Brother Rolls. I appreciate that. I really do. Okay. I offer y'all opportunities so that you ain't got to feel like, oh, I'm just giving you something that I worked hard for. No, let's help each other out. I have something that you need that every American right about now needs. And you have something that I need. That's called fair exchange, ain't no robbery. You want to learn how to make money? I know how to make money. But like I said, in months like this, where there is a lot going on, and I'm trying to keep my head on the swivel and remember the purpose in my pain while I am bleeding so bad. Y'all don't even understand. You could not even phantom the pain. You just cannot. And I don't say that for sympathy, just like I said, yo, I'm sorry, and it'll get better. Don't even fix the situation. It actually makes me want to cuss you out because it's like that don't help. Mm-hmm. But you just showed us millions. We don't have millions to spare. I did. I just showed y'all. Okay. Yes, I will donate. How do we know that donate? Thank you, Sister Denise. I appreciate y'all. I really do. It makes this, whatever this is, worth the while, to be honest with you. When you out here fighting like this and you ain't got no help or no support, y'all know I don't come to y'all and ask y'all for anything. This is really urgent and very serious. This is a mother having to know. Did y'all really do right by us and bury them? And if you did, let me see. And just be prepared to see something like that. How do you donate? It's on the screen. Over here on Instagram, the link is in my bio. My link tree is there. It got Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. I don't know if it got my Zelle information, but it's on the screen. If y'all could do that so kindly, it would be a blessing. I definitely know that God will bless you because you blessed me. He assigned me to this mountain. Why? I don't know. But this is one that I need a little lifting with, okay? Not just monetarily, prayers. Who wants to see something like that? I'm not gonna cap. I'm a very strong woman, but I'm scared to see something like that. Real talk. It's traumatizing. It's traumatizing to see my children dead after I gave them life. It's traumatizing. It's traumatizing to watch your child. Do I got that phone on me? I don't think I got that phone on me. Let's see. It's traumatizing to watch your children have this. The only way my kids get to see they brothers. Y'all don't get to see this. Let me turn this off over here. This is how my daughter has to see her brother that's deceased. She wakes up every day and she goes to bed every day looking at this video. Because that's all she got left. That's the only way they can see their brother. It's the only way they can still remember their voice. At just 5 years of age, that's the way that they got to see their brother. So I don't come out and I don't ever ask people for anything. But this is something that is very near and dear to my heart, and I want to get to the bottom of it. And like I said, my children are already deceased. But if it's exposed that they did wrong, then guess how many other lives and families' heartache will be spared because of my willingness to be obedient to God, even though my flesh does not want to even deal with anything like that. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys. You know, I know times is hard, but the key to getting more is to give more. Y'all take that with y'all. The key to getting more is to give more. Every day I put God in remembrance that you said, when I give, it will be given to me. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. I am a big giver. So I put a demand on my pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Dr. T, one of the opportunities, I'm just not computer savvy at all. Really need one-on-one. Videos don't really work for me. Any suggestions? I do have a one-on-one mentorship. I offered to allow a couple of people, haven't offered it. Y'all don't take the opportunities, they just go away, or I put them in other places. But my mentorship, I will not. My one-on-one mentorship, I will not put in other places. Just for the simple fact that I want to know who labor amongst me. And if I put you in my one-on-one and I'm taking time with you, then I got to make sure you 100% legit. But I did mention that I do have an opportunity for you to do a one-on-one mentorship with me for a whole year for $2,500. That ain't with nobody else. That ain't with, no one to few or one to many. That's just a one-on-one mentorship with me, where I will show you how to do what you need to do on a one-on-one basis. So I do have that, but I haven't pronounced it or promoted it for the simple fact that I put it out there maybe last month sometime, and nobody was ready for that. So that's the opportunity that I have. What other opportunities were you interested? Okay, God, I appreciate everything you do for us. You're welcome. Bless God. Give him the glory. Okay, give God the glory, because it is him and it is not me. It is him. It is just me being so in love with God and thanking him for everything that he has done for me. how he has spared my life, how he has been a loving father, that this is just my reasonable service to serve him, and how I serve God. It says, pure and undefiled religion is that you give to the less fortunate, the orphans, the widowers, people that don't have what you have or information that you have. That is pure and undefiled religion to God, not this stuff that people went and practice today. But that you taking care of, you know, one another. But yeah, that's what I got. Okay. Any questions for me before I go? Any questions for me before I go? I love y'all, and there's nothing that y'all can do about it. And one thing about me is that if I'm on your side, I'm on your side. Some friends are born to stick closer than a brother, and some friends are born for adversity. Somebody roll up on you, they roll up on us. And I'm not talking about in the natural, even though these hands work in the natural too. I'm talking about in the spirit. Sometimes people be thinking that and I'll just share this story with you. I'm sure my sister don't mind me sharing this real quick. It only takes 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I'll share 2 stories in 2 minutes apiece, 4 minutes, and I'm out. There was a young lady who said, look, I need to get into one of your programs. I need to get into one of your programs. I'm like, okay. She got into one of the programs not knowing that she didn't need just the program. She needed some help with something else. One of her family members was doing her dirty and wanted her to take her name off the place and all of that stuff. And so she's like, where that's going to leave me and my family if they take their name off the place and all of that stuff. And oh my God, Dr. T, I need to do something because now I'm panicking. I told her, don't panic. She's like, well, you don't understand. This is what I need. And she thought she was coming to buy a program, but she didn't buy a program. She was able to get the document that she needed. What you not finna be on my watch is homeless. I am a business owner. I can provide the document that you need. I will write it up and have it over to you. Because of that, her and her children was able to remain in a situation I don't know why they just cut me off over here on Instagram. They didn't like something. But it's cool because I was finna go anyway. Okay. So that was one situation where she thought she was coming to buy a play, but no, you came divinely to get what you need. Another situation. Young lady who did something for my boys a while ago. Sent me something, made something for them. And then their child is in a situation, a life or death situation, honestly. And because of what she did for my child, the Lord put her and her child in my spirit and had me do something specific for them. That was just what they needed at the time that they needed it. It's more than just a program. It's more than just, hey, I'm transacting and doing business. It's a divine connection. And you don't know what you'll need when you need it. And you don't know what's locked up in my bosom. I don't know what you have in you that I may need. Okay? But I just wanted to share it's more than just a business transaction. It's a mark. And when you leave a mark on somebody, they can never forgive you. I mean, forget you, not forgive you, forget you. Okay? They can never forget you. Starting this week, this Thursday, beloved. It's starting this Thursday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then we'll be complete with that assignment. All right, y'all. Any other questions? Just wanted to share those two stories so you know. It's more than what you think it is. And we don't know why. We just are commanded to obey. And thank you, Roll Tide, for caring as my brother. I know that you are my brother. I appreciate you. All right, you guys. I'm out. I don't see any more questions. I did answer the questions that I do see. And I love y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day, evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time you are checking this out. And yeah, I'll talk to y'all soon.